All right, guys, welcome to your core video. I want to make sure that you guys realize core is not only your stomach. In my opinion, core is anything outside of your arms and your legs. I always say butt and gut. So here are some of your basic core exercises. I'm going to talk Miss Allison through here and make some different modifications too in case you at home need to make modifications as well. So Miss Allison's going to sit back on her back first. What I want her to do to start out with is a glute bridge. I'm going to ask that she actually pop her toes up towards the ceiling to start with, and only because if she hits on her heels, she's going to get the back side of her body activated a little bit more than if she hits on the front of her legs. Sometimes, front of her feet, the front of her legs get turned on. So basic glute bridge, she's going to drive through her heels. She's going to push up through her hips, hold at the top, and then drop it right back down again. I want you guys to time this as I am here. Let's go for 30 seconds. So a couple things as she's lifting her hips off the ground again. This is kind of just a troubleshooting. Some people just really want to push off the balls of your feet, so I'm taking the balls of the feet out of the equation here. I know this sounds really goofy, but the more you can literally take your glutes or your butt cheeks, those are, and squeeze them together, those glutes get activated a little bit more. So Miss Allison's going to do a few more here, and then we'll take it on to the next one. All right, we're going to make this a little bit harder. If you guys want to stay right here and do a second set with both legs, you most certainly can. I'm going to take her to a little bit harder of an option, and she's just going to go one leg at a time. Now, one of the things I want you to focus on is keeping your shoulder in line with your hip in line with your foot. So this whole side of her left body is going to travel up together. She's still pushing through her heel. She's still raising up through her hips. And then dropping it right back down again. Your heel and your little bottom there should hit the ground at the exact same time. Some people really want to kick their foot up. Go ahead and kick it. Some people kick their foot up to help them raise their hip up. I actually want you to let your foot kind of go along for the ride here and make sure that not only you're feeling on your backside here, but you might feel a little bit in that quad as well. Let's go ahead and switch your feet real quick. When she's switching your feet, one of the things that I want you guys to think about, go and raise those hips up, is making sure that this heel, so the heel right here on her left side, is nice and close to your rear. You don't want this foot to come to the end of your mat here. If you do or start scooting, again, that is you trying to use your quad, and we want this all on the back side of your body. So make sure this foot here is as close to your rear as you possibly can. We'll do two more, and we'll move on. Is your butt burning yet?
A little bit, yeah.
All right, so flip on over. I know this one isn't fancy, but we're just going to do a plank. So she's going to go on her elbows and her toes here. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that her back doesn't have an arch or a U in it. So I always tell everybody whenever we do these to try to literally take your hips and push them under. So she has a nice long line from her shoulders through her back, your glutes, and through her heels. So look in a mirror, have somebody do it with you. We usually hold on these for about 30 seconds or so. If you can hold it longer than 30 seconds, it's my opinion that you guys can make it a little harder. And harder, what we can do, she can take her left toe and stack it on her right heel or lift it up. What you can do is kind of start taking points away from contact with the floor. So an arm, lift a leg, you can switch your feet, whatever the case may be. Just make sure that you keep that nice good arch going, or keep that nice flat back, no arch in your back while you're doing this exercise. All right, we're going to do a bird dog next, so go on your hands and your knees. I'm actually going to have Miss Allison hold this bird dog. She's going to push straight through her left heel. So she's going to straighten that left heel behind, and she's going to raise your arms up that top. So it's just a little bit. There you go. So when she's trying to push through that heel, she literally is trying to push through your heel so much that you're acting like you're putting a heel print on the back of the wall back behind you. Again, try to keep your tummy as tightened up as you can and reach forward with that right arm. So someone's literally trying to pull you, all right, from each direction here. This exercise is great for a lot of runners because it tries to minimize some of the rotation here. As we run, we have a little bit of rotation. Go ahead and switch. But what we want to do is, we've heard of stabilization. In my opinion, stabilization is just trying to minimize rotation. So the more she can really try to stick this with no wiggles or wobbles, is the more, as she's running down the road here, she can do so without moving around and having to access movement in her hips. Now, if this is too hard and you feel yourself wobbling, you can simply just put an arm down, right, and do the leg only. Maybe you're just having a hard time keeping your balance. You can very easily take that arm down. Okay? Next one is a dead bug. You can flip onto your backs as you're doing a dead bug here. What a dead bug is, I was going to have her, we're going to do it isometrically to start with. I'm going to have her actually take her feet up in the air with her knees bent in tight. I'm also going to have her lift her arms straight up to the ceiling. And the only thing she's focusing to start here with is she's going to try to take her lower back and press it into the ground as much as can. So going ahead of her a little bit. What I want you to focus on right now is taking this lower back. So if I stuck my hand up underneath her back right now, I shouldn't feel any movement, or there should be no room for my hand to slide through the back. So literally she's just trying to breathe. She's trying to get some air down at the bottom of her belly. She's trying to keep her back down and fill her belly tight. Now, once she gets good at this, you can start marching it. Marching it is straightening out a right leg and lifting a left arm. Go ahead and march it real quick. So you take it straight and bring it back. But let me just tell you, this particular exercise, as you guys can imagine, is rather difficult. Probably one of the most difficult ones here, these last couple exercises that we show you. So maybe perhaps that you just hold it isometrically. Now remember, all these exercises are kind of stabilization exercises. My suggestion is, you can relax it down. My suggestion is you hold all of them for 30 seconds. You do your glute bridges, your single leg glute bridges, your planks, your bird dogs on each side, a dead bug, 30 seconds each. Set your watch, repeat it 3 times. And then again, here in a few weeks, we'll give you your second core exercise video. Thank you guys for doing this. And again, as always, email training@fleetfeetstlouis.com if you have any questions. All right, see you guys.